You... Yeah, don't care about that. 350. So we are gonna translate with a terrible brush. We're going to be translating Aaron's brushes from Photoshop to Clip Studio Paint. Oh, wait, Clip Paint Studio. Is it Clip Studio Paint? Yeah, Clip Studio Paint. I always mix it. Sometimes I say Clip Paint Studio and sometimes Clip Studio Paint. Woohoo! The process. First I gotta see which brushes I already have. Got my water brushes. Got my hair brushes. Don't got my tree brushes. These are pretty crappy ones. I'm actually gonna get rid of them. So this one. And this one's either... It's on, this one's mine. And this one is... It's too harsh. This one. Takes this one. Yeah, I'll leave that one. That was not too bad. So, brushes. Brushes. For one thing, sorry. That's tough. Next follow. You guys want to see a banana butt? That's a banana butt. I'm trying to read. Oh, there it is. Aaron's. This is Aaron Blaise. I mean, I don't know if there's no need to introduce him right up to this point. If you're watching the stream, you must have heard me mention him a million times, gazillion times. I have a membership to his site, and it's freaking amazing and so worth it. Because just this year, he's released like 3 courses at least. That definitely more than makes up for the money, because you can download them. Like, he lets you download them, and you keep them forever. So let's go to brushes. Environment. I want to do the trees. Where would be the trees? A foliage. That's probably it. They already take it out. The foliage brushes I seem to have taken out already. So what do I have it out? Delete. So here's the process. We're gonna do it quickly. You're gonna download ABR Mate. Do not I just search it, find it. Don't blame me if you download it with bugs, because it's not my fault. Make sure you know what you're selling and where you're getting it from. But the whole point of this program is that it lets you to input a .abr file. You put it in here, and it's kind of it doesn't work 100% every time, but it does a pretty good job. So what it does is it takes the ABR and extracts the PNG files, because at the end of the day, a brush, you need the form of the brush is one of the most, it's an important part of the brush, and then obviously you need the settings on the brush engine, which kind of make it the cool things it needs to do. So we won't be able to do anything in Clip Studio Paint if we don't have the images that represent the brush. Can I make this smaller? No, I can't. And also, I'll just put it in here. No? Can't I not do that? You're gonna make me open it through there. That's fine. Brushes to see. Yeah, these were some brushes I needed to from Evan Design from ages ago that I need to input into Clip Studio Paint. There you go. So we're gonna do open brush it. Desktop, desktop. Brushes, environment, foliage. See? Woohoo! We've got the PNGs. Could have sworn I imported this ages ago. Sometimes it doesn't get all the images, and if it doesn't, well, you know, I don't blog on that. There's nothing you can do about it. Then you do export all open brushes to PNGs. Then you select the folder where you want that exported. I'm going to export that to my desktop and in brushes to see. You'll export all this as PNGs and oh man, I can't move it. Takes a little bit. And in the meantime, I need a sip of water. Unmuted. Sorry. Okay, we have the images. Out. Thank you. But out. And now we're gonna get through the grueling process of doing this. So first things first. I'm gonna do it. Is that what it's called? Trees? No, I'm gonna call it foliage. Foliage. Sub to the same. Do what? Subtool, the same name exists. Do you know? Of course I don't. Who the heck's got foliage? No? I don't have foliage. Gradient, blend, eraser, foliage. Is there foliage in here? This is vegetation. Ah, this idiot. Why you called foliage? Who are you? Where'd you come from? Must be from Clip Studio Paint. Neat. But I don't need you. I've got Blaise brushes. Actually, you're pretty good. It's not bad. Bye-bye. Now we're gonna try to rename it. Renaming foliage. Okay, so for how this is gonna go, we're gonna do open. You're gonna navigate to your folder where you saved those PNGs. Oh, that might have been one of the first. Anyway, we're gonna go with. Actually, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh well, yeah, they're gonna be numbered like that because. Never mind. Number 1. This little thingy. Okay, so we have it. Now we're gonna do most important part, which is convert layer H, convert it to gray, because we know that if we don't do this, it's gonna work, but then you're only gonna have the chance to do it with black and white. We're gonna do edit. Oh yeah, register material, image, use for tip brush. Don't care. Nature. Trees. Okie dokie. Now, if you like your things to be nice and properly set up, you can go here to your materials window. If you don't have these windows, just go here. Yeah, you'll be able to see it. Material window. See, materials. Brushes, which is where I saved it. These are all folders that you can create on your own. Yeah. With the little icons down here. See, create folder, change the name, blah blah blah. Nature, trees. These are the ones I've downloaded from Clip Studio Paint, which are pretty cool. Oh, so that's where the ones that I deleted from came. What an idiot. Oh, it's over here too. What an idiot. Anyway, here it is. I don't want it to be called that, so yeah, that's fine. Maybe I will leave it at that. But I wanted to have... Is there no Blaise tag on this? Oh no. So what I wanted to show is that you can brush in blend. Paint tool. Nielsen. See, that's the one I wanted. That's the tag I wanted. Aaron_Blaise. So that's the tag that already exists. So if I do trees, this, taggy tag, boom, Blaise. Why are you not typing underscore? Sorry, I had that stylus in my mouth. And then foliage. So that if I ever want to search by those two tags, like if I go Aaron Blaise, woohoo! Only this is, that's kind of like that. It helps you keep stuff very neatly. I need to search how I'm supposed to back up all my materials. Okay, we have that. Now I'm actually gonna reuse this brush, so let's just change it. Settings of subtool. We're gonna call it Foliage AB for Aaron Blaise 1. Vegetation. Okay, so we're gonna open up. We can close this so we can have more space. We can open this up. We can change the tip. So, what you doing? Delete. Open up. Search for Aaron Blaise. Search for foliage. Perfect. Go in. We have the first version of the brush. Terrible. I'm ready to show that. So now here's the easy part. The brush engine from Photoshop does not do a one-to-one match with the one from Clip Studio Paint. So it becomes a little... Oh, come on, you poop it. So apparently I can't not talk and resize windows at the same time. It takes a lot of effort. So new, at least 300. Okay. Why are you not expanding? Poopazoid. No backgrounds. I don't want backgrounds. What happened? Why can't I click on this? Thank you. So we're gonna change this now. Okay. New one. I really do not dig this layout. Can we just have this open, please? Ugh. Me no likey. Oh, I'm trying to move it, but Photoshop doesn't let you move it unless it's overflowed. But beautiful Clip Studio Paint does. Brushy brush. Now we're gonna go here and we're gonna say load them up. And then you're gonna go to the original ABR file, which in our case is Foliage brushes, and you will load it. And now you shall see that you have the Photoshop brushes, but problem is that, oh, the tooltip says the Foliage thing. So if we look for Foliage one, that's gonna be fun. Fur, smoke, texture, soft, blah, paint texture. No. Scribbles, paintable, 3 PSD. This might be it. Foliage. Never mind. So it's not this one. Don't know what that is. So it's not the most fun job, but somebody's got to do it. I think it's this one. Is it? It's this one. Found it. This is something I wish Clip Studio Paint had, which is the shape of the brush. As you're, see how I can see the shape already. So this is what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to draw. And it makes that. So let's look at the brush engine. Shape dynamic. It's got some jitter. So first off, I need to reset this from all the other stuff that it had. No correction, no brush stroke, erase, border, none, texture, none, stroke. Normal. I'm just resetting. This is, just resetting stuff. Brush size. So in the shape dynamics, it's got size jitter. That means that the pen pressure determines what the size of the brush is, equivalent to brush size, open here, pen pressure. There we have it. He has a size jitter of up to 42%. You can't, so that means that I think that's the minimum size that you can have. Let me check that. If I do this. Like this. Not really sure how that works out. But I'm going to make sure this one has a min of at least 20. So it's got angle jitter. It's meant to follow direction. That won't be done in this screen because you can't do it. Roundness jitter, none. Flip X jitter. That means it's flipped on X. That's why it looks like that. So it does have texture poopy. See, that's one of the things that the ABR Mate doesn't do. And it's that it doesn't export the texture files. And it might be because this is something by default that, like a material from Photoshop. That's poopy, but we'll have to figure it out and put some kind of texture in there. Color dynamics. I wish Clip Studio Paint had this, but doesn't. So I think you can just mess around with it in regards to ink. Here we go. If you hear some oil, that's because I'm frying an egg. Tweet, because I'm hungry. And who doesn't like fried eggs, right? Okay, so the ink. The little eye here, see how it shows here? That's for quick access for you to be able to touch the brush. See? Brush opacity, I always have that. So that's how the opacity, you know, like that. I'm not being very good with my words today. So here's where you can we can kind of play to see if we can match the hue jitter, the saturation jitter, and the brightness jitter. I really wish they had, you know, they had it like this, but they don't. So here you have a mixed ground color. So that means that you can draw, that's like with running paint. So whatever color's on the bottom, you're gonna blend with it. So if you have running color, it stretches, so it's like running, so it's runny, like watercolor. If you have blend, it blends with whatever color that is already laying on the canvas. So we can play around with that. And the amount of paint is how much paint is gonna get mixed from the one that's already on the canvas. And the bigger the value, you can see it down here if you can look, right? So there we go. So if we have a low value like 10 and you're drawing with pink and you go over the ground color, that means the ground color is gonna have priority. So you won't see pink, you'll still see the book. Now if you're drawing with pink and you have a high number, when you go over the ground color, pink's gonna remain the primary color unless you kind of move around on it. So I will probably do something like 75. And then the density of the paint is, it's like how much color, that's about word to use for it. It's, imagine that the paint was transparent, right? And the density is how dense or rich the color is. So if you have a low number, it's almost like you're painting with a transparent. It would be great for example, a good way to use that would be to create a tool where you have the density of the paint really low and it becomes an actual blend, like a blending tool. And you have it at high, there's a lot of paint on it. See? Percentage for mixing transparent values of ground color. Oh, or maybe I'm wrong. It says density of paint. Percentage for mixing transparent values of ground color already painted on layer, and the drawing color. So, okay, so I guess the density of the paint so tells you how much you're gonna mix. The bigger the value, the more it mixes. That is so weird. So I'm gonna leave it at 50. The color stretch is how much will the color run before it runs out after the stroke. We'll probably leave that at 30. They're almost pretty much random values I'm doing right now out of intuition. But you can just play with it afterwards. So it says draw with the color more mixing. The way it's described, I feel like an idiot reading it. It's pretty hard to understand. So right now we have this absolutely terrible and horrible. Look how ugly that is. Terrible, right? That's because we don't have in the shape dynamics the right here, the spacing. See that spacing? And I believe that's done. There's no spacing here, but what there is Yeah, I had to redo that. Sorry, I was unchecking something, so that is reset it. Spacing is in the stroke, and it's called gap. And this one's at 191%. So we're gonna do put the first dot, which is fixed, and see how much. So now it starts to look like it's supposed to, doesn't it? But I need to know if this moves. So if I draw down, it draws it down like it's doing now. And if I draw to the left, so it follows. You see that? Like the root of the plant follows the direction of what you're drawing. And right now, ours is most definitely not doing that. So if I go down, it goes down. If I go up, that's the same thing. If I go to the right, same thing. So it's not following the direction, which is crappy. So we gotta fix that. But this is good. At least the gap's good. So the spraying effect. No, that's not it. It's not spraying. Brush tip. It's direction. So input affecting the direction should be direction of pen. No, I can't have direction of pen because I have an old tablet. And, well, there's no direction to my pen. So it's like useless. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it does kind of understand something. So if I go down, it's upside down. If I go up, let me make that bigger. See how it's upside down? Still upside down. Upside down, upside down. Oops. That's because my pen I can't rotate the pen. So that's poop. So I'm gonna do direction of line. So if I go down, now it's sideways. And if I go up, see how the root changed? And if I go left, see how the root's up and down? That's why here it's the icon sideways, because it's happening here too. So we're gonna go here to the brush tip. The direction's like brush shape, brush tip. We want it sideways, like that. So the other side. No. There. Perfection. So now when I go down, it's going down and it's following my pen. See that? If I go up, see how the root's not up? If I go left, the root's left. And if I go right, the root's right. We got it. We got this, people. We got this. So I'm just going to check if I'm missing anything. So I'm going to put some color in here. Oh, that's an ugly freaking green. So the lines are pretty, I mean, they get drawn pretty close together, but there is a big size difference. See? So 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let's see if it looks the same. No, it doesn't look too close. So in the stroke, I'm going to increase the gap to 65. That's good. But I don't like the drawing color, because the drawing color is mixing too much with the ground color. Because look how dark I have that. Look, this is what I've chosen. Let me see if I choose black. See how it's kind of grayish, like it's getting mixed down? That's because of the crappy intuition thing I did with the ink. But you don't mix that, right? Look at the full color. Beautiful. but I want that to get mixed. So what does that mean? Oh, okay, so we can do this. Oh, so forget blending, forget the mixed ground color stuff, because I don't even understand that. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna play with the mixing rate of the subdrawing color. The subdrawing color is the one in the secondary box. So if you wanted to switch between this green and say pink, you go to the secondary color, primary, secondary, pick pinkish that you like. I've selected too much. See? Oh, but here's how the rate is. It's oh man, that's poop. You don't see the green at all. Yeah? You see whatever, it's doing the mixing for you. It's mixing green and pink, so a little less. Then you don't see the pink at all. Oh, pen push. How about random? 50%. More. It's almost there. So I did 100% random. That's not very random. It's only pink. Where's my random? That's poop. Oh, so it's, okay, so the random, the minimum, okay. That's the minimum value. My bad. The minimum value should be 0. It should be simply random. So it's gonna go from all the way to pink. It's gonna go from green to all the way to pink absolutely randomly. So sometimes green, sometimes pink. That's exactly what I wanted. So it's gonna look great if you, instead of that pink, choose some kind of nice green. I choose this. Yes. Oh, okay. But you gotta make sure that you're drawing with the primary color for that to happen. See? Oh, look how cool. And I think we've got the brush. Oh yeah, no, sorry. Almost sang victory too soon. Too close, too close. Wanna see that texture. Can you tell the texture? Where's that texture? Man, where's the texture? Oh, this one had, when I went to color dynamics, you also had brightness and saturation jitter. Now it's, nah, can't mimic that. Shape dynamics, blah, blah, blah. Texture, you have texture. Well, let's see what we can do. First off, let's register all settings to initial settings. Registered. Why do we need that? Because, for example, say, I want this to be 50% opacity, blah, 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 blah. And then I go, oh man, I don't know what the original opacity is. You just click here and it gets reset. But if you don't register the settings in the first place, when you do that reset, it's gonna go to the very basic brush and you will have lost all the changes you made. And that's happened to me before. I speak from experience and it freaking sucks because it's time wasted. And I hate to waste time. I lost my train of thought again. Oh, texture. It's just that I'm thinking of that fried egg and I'm hungry. Might eat some noodles. Texture, and it's kind of a blotchy texture. I don't know. Wait, did I check if it got exported? Did you get exported, mister? And I don't know. Do you guys see a texture? No, me neither. Didn't get exported. So we'll just have to suffice image material. I don't know. What can I use for texture? Does that look like it? Does that look like it? That looks kind of close. Pretty close. This one. Those are just materials that come by default with clips to the paint, and I can't pronounce that name, so sorry. And what your sterile settings? Texture density, 50%. Scale 100, 50%. I don't see anything. You guys see anything? So more texture. Do you see it? I sure as hell don't. Method, okay, that's why. So multiply. What's color burn? So Aaron chose color burn for the texture, but I don't think we have that amazing stuff here. No, Photoshop has better texture applying thing. So we have normal. We don't want normal. We'll have multiply. So color burn darkens. So multiply might be good. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah. Not seeing anything. Multiply and it looks like it gets deleted. Subtract. Oof, even worse. Compare. The heck is that supposed to do? Outline. Who understands these things? Emphasize density. Looks like shit. So it doesn't matter how much numbers I put in there. It's like the same thing. Read it. Reverse thingamajig. That looks better. Not so much here. I mean, if I put it all the way, maybe I'll see it better. No, that's crap. Maybe I chose the wrong thing. The wrong texture. Maybe I need something that's dark. This. Then I can do multiply. Why does it become like transparent-ish? I hate that. I mean, is there even anything in there? Oh, good enough. Ready sterile settings. And let's choose the same colors. And we'll see if something gets drawn that's the same. Oh my eye. So we're gonna choose easy to remember colors. Black and white. Doesn't get easier than that. Oops. Okay. Let's see how this does in comparison. The Photoshop one's a lot darker. The mixing here is super random. So what I'm gonna do is open this. In the ink department, we're gonna make this visible. That way, oh, register materials. That way when you're drawing, you can say how much you want mixed. See, now it's a lot darker. not super dark. Perfect. I think we're officially done. And I have the first foliage here in Blaise, #1 brush. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and sticking with me. I took a little longer today because I started kind of late. I don't know. Goodbye drawing. I'm terrible at sketching quickly, so look at the size. Thank you. That's a really weird person. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And I don't know who this is. Really weird kind of guy. Is it a guy? No, it's a guy. Apparently I did a guy with like a weird massive chin. Look at that chin. What kind of chin is that, boy? Anyway.